So we can't do much about the wind, but as the Mavrettes take the field to a fairly vocal cheer squad down there.
Sherry Johnson leading them out there, mate, and the yellow tags for Murrurundi.
Righto, fellas, what's the score?
Yeah, well, if I knew that, I'd have won Powerball on Thursday night, wouldn't I?
I'll go for Scone based on their experience and the knowledge in the big games, but
it's the same thing like as in Murrurundi. They've got the only win. If you look towards the 18s game, Aberdeen have got the only draw against the 18s in Singland. So you are literally looking at the top of the crop here today, mate. So I'm gonna say they're a dark horse, Murrurundi.
Yep.
So Matt's tipping Murrurundi, I'm tipping Scone.
Well, anyway, let's go for it, though. We'll put it out there. And
Caitlin, I reckon you'll be going for Murrurundi.
Absolutely.
just out of the box, mate. Yeah.
So we're just waiting for Scone to take the field.
Grand finals do a lot of funny things for you, don't they, mate? We've played in a few, we've watched a few, and
lost a few.
Lost a few.
Sophie leading the Scone girls out now through the
tunnel.
I don't know what they call that, the balloon thing.
The balloon arbour. So out they come. Here comes the Scone team. Sophie leading the way there.
Yeah, and number 15, Millie Graham, she's passed up a trial with the Knights Tasha Gala playing the grand final.
Is that
unfortunately,
right?
Yeah, there's a group of girls going down there today to do it, but unfortunately, a 1 o'clock at Valentine doesn't coincide with an 11 o'clock finish here. Yeah, you could make it if you come off at half time, but it ain't going to be.
You want to be hightailing them, mate, but that's not what we want to promote.
Yeah. So it looks like Scone will be kicking off towards the southern end, I suppose you'd want to call it, Matt, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
southern end, and it's a.
They'll run left to right as
So
we look at it.
Scone will have the advantage of a fairly healthy breeze in the first half.
It's going to pay if we use that right, no doubt. That far corner down there is going to get a workout all day today, Bomber. It's a fairly strong nor'wester coming through. Maybe a 10-point breeze, you'd call it in a first grade match.
The smart halfbacks will probably come and camp themselves over on this side so they don't have to catch the kick-off.
Catch it. That's exactly where I'd be standing.
So it looks like Sam Elphick will be kicking off. She was the leading point scorer in the girls'
and interestingly
competition
enough,
this year, and she's going opposite direction to
completely away from where we just said that jet kick. Here we go.
Sam Elphick to kick off. Nice long kick. Michaela Darcy's behind it. Michaela picks it up on a 20-metre line, throws a dummy, but nicely tagged there. We'll go to the 9 no, it's number 1, Jess Preslin will play dummy half there. Jess played a bit of dummy half there in the first game. Hannah Rando takes it over a 30-metre line, but they're nicely tagged there by Beck Hill. Out to Wamsley. Wamsley's dropped. Yep. Scone have got a cheap hand over here, 30 metres out from the line. Nolan on to Watts. Watts takes a nice solid run within 20 metres of the Murrurundi line. Nolan out to Hill. Hill just takes a straight run through. Nicely tagged there. Nolan will jump into dummy half again. They'll go left to Casson. Casson, dummies. Gets through one. She nicely tagged there by the number 3 and Michelle Wamsley. If there's no tag there, Matt, it's a try.
She's all straight through there. Again, speed of Casson.
Yep. Elphick. Nice little grubber kick behind the line. There's a foot race on here for the ball, and it looks like, Flynn Haggerty's dived on the ball, which you can do in the contest for the ball. Nice try there. It was a wobbly old kick. The Murrurundi girls were a bit slow to get back, but
I think it's a nice little going for the repeat there, Bomber. It's a well-placed kick.
Yep.
Definitely caught Murrurundi nap, and there was no one even looking for that football at the back. Great little stab kick through, mate. And they've won the race for the ball. She's 4-0 to Scone with just over 2 minutes gone in the first half, mate.
Yeah, nice error from Murrurundi on their 20-metre line, and immediately Scone were on the attack. Sophie had sort of poked the nose through and was a desperate tag to get her, and then just moved back onto the right side, and Sam didn't look like it was any pre-planned kick. It was just a bit of a stab through, and Flynn's chased it nice and hard and got the try. Good
chase, good pressure from Scone, mate. They had a good number of people, like 4 people chasing the football. But again, you look at Sophie Casson, she's gapped it already, which is that's going to be a worry early in the piece.
Yep.
She's already that little turn of speed right at the line where she just swivels the hips and goes. Very, very deadly.
Sam Elphick to convert, and it's been waved away, hooked around onto the left-hand side. 4-0 to Scone in the Bengalla Group 21 Ladies League Tag Grand Final at Scone Park.
What do you reckon, Caitlin?
Well, hopefully now Murrurundi have got their nerves out the window and they can get in a place on footy. All they got to do with Sophie Casson is she dummies that ball every time. All they got to do is get up and get on her.
Yeah, okay.
shut her down every time.
Okay, Gracie Gallen's going to kick off for Murrurundi here. It's a fairly stiff breeze she's kicking into. See if she can get a fairly deep kick. Gracie kicks it down. Sophie's underneath it. She takes it on her own 20-metre line, up over the 30-metre line. Nice tag there by Jess Preslin. Nolan onto Hill. Hill drops Flynn Haggerty back underneath, looking for that another inside ball, but couldn't get it away. Nolan dummy half again. Hill down there, drops, shows one, gives it out to Coral Hagan. Coral's in the clear here. She's over the halfway line, comes to Henarando. Henarando takes about 35 metres out from the line, and Coral was nearly away there, but she couldn't stop.
And she had she certainly had Smith on the outside.
Smith.
I had a look there.
Smith, watch, just takes a nice card up there. Decision to be made by Worthy. There's a clash of bodies, and he's just called play on Nolan to Casson. Casson drops Hill back inside, who then in turn gives it back to Elphick through the middle. It's the Scone pet play. Last tackle against Scone, 20 metres out. Casson comes back to the short side here, puts a little wonky kick over. Looks like, yep, Jess Preslin gets a nice bounce here, and she takes it up over a 10-metre line and a bit further before she's finally tagged there by Hill.
I'm not sure that was the right option for Sophie. She had a fair bit of space on the left-hand side there, but anyway, early in the game.
Yep, Henarando takes it over 20 metres out from her own line. Second tackle. We go the 8 in. Sheree Johnson gets it on.
Quick hands there, will get it out. There was a 3-on-1 there, easy.
No dummy half there from Murrurundi. Johnson jumps in. It's a long ball to Rando. Rando looks to push someone through the hole, but it's knocked down by Scone. I think you'll find it.
He's play on.
It's a tough call there. I would have thought Scone knocked that ball down, but anyway, he's finally got a call by Lockie Clare.
Lockie Clare's caught it. Yeah, definitely the right call by him. I think Scone definitely knocked it down, but we're back to where we should be now. No marker there from Scone.
So Wellard will play the ball back to Preslin. Comes the short side. That's Lucy Pruden, is it?
Yeah.
Yep. Willard onto Darcy. Darcy then gets it onto Johnson, who's an easy meet for the Scone defenders. Rando jumps into dummy half again. That's the 9, and Gallen puts a nice ball through there to the 3 in Walmsley, but no, it's called tag, so she's got to go back and play it 40 metres out for her own line.
I don't think Erin West was looking for that footy.
Rando down the short side. Nice little ball there onto the number 2.
24, that's Erin West.
Erin West, is it?
Yeah.
Gallen onto Preslin. She jumps out of one, but she's finally caught there by Flynn Haggerty. Last tackle pretty much on the halfway line. It's Gracie Gallen puts a nice bomb up there. Underneath it is Millie Graham. Lets it go over her head and finds touch 20 metres out from the Scone line. So probably settle a few nerves there from Murrurundi.
Absolutely, mate.
Caitlin
definitely.
And Matt.
The what do you think about the defence there from Scone, Kate?
Yeah, Scone's defence is always pretty crack hot. You're not going to get much past them.
It's Haggerty that takes it up. No, it's not Flynn actually. No, that was
Samantha Elphick, mate.
Nolan onto Casson. Casson dummies. Throws a long ball out to Haggerty. If they just kept on promoting the ball there, they're probably going to find space. Casson takes the ball to the line. She's looking to give it here. She gives it. No, she's run herself out of room. She's run herself out of room. And she's looking for Sarah Smith to go under. And Nolan, long ball into Hagan. Hagan looks to go wrap the ball back, but she plays it 40 metres out from her own line. Nolan, long ball onto Haggerty. Haggerty takes it up onto the halfway line. She's through there. She's over inside the 40-metre line. She's finally tagged there by Henarando. 30 metres out from the Murrurundi line. Last tackle. They're going to run it here. Hill goes to the line. She puts a grubber kick through. It's a bit of a...
I'm not sure. Yeah. What was that again?
Just watching it.
Yeah, so the number 5 in Talia Bruce just let that roll into touch there. So Murrurundi will have the ball 10 metres out from their own line. Rando takes the first one up, pops the ball onto the 9 in Gallen. Gallen takes it up to the 20-metre line there. Again, Rando at dummy half. Onto Pruden. Pruden goes over the advantage line there. She's out of one, but she's met there by Casson. Again, that goes to Johnson. Johnson, long ball onto Darcy. Darcy gets it down onto the winger. Who is Talia Bruce? No, it's Alana Bruce. She's finally tagged there by Sam Elphick. Inside the Scone 40 now. Willard at dummy half. Time for Rando to run here, I think. No, she just offloads there to Johnson. Johnson onto Pruden. Pruden gets out of one, but she's tagged there 30 metres out from the Scone line. Johnson at dummy half here. Rando shows once. Gets a nice ball on there to Gracie Gallen. At 32 metres out from the Scone line. Rando at dummy half. Goes the short side down into Michelle Walmsley. Onto the two Bruce girls trying to combine, but the ball's... No, he's called knocked back, but it's the last tag anyway. Bit of enterprise there.
Yeah, Miranda had a good roll on there. They were using their wingers, and that Scone defence, they were running for them.
The 24 is Aaron. Yeah, that's what.
Aaron West.
I looked at the 4 and I saw the 2, and I think there's 2 twos out there. Nolan, dummy half, gets it onto Hill, who takes it over a 40-metre line. Nice tag there. Was it. Anyway, it goes on to Casson. Casson shows once back inside to Watts with a nice strong run. Easily tagged there by Murrurundi. Nolan again, right side to Casson. Casson goes the line, puts a kick over the rolling down towards the sideline. Hannah Rando comes across. A bit of open space here. If Hannah can get her away from it, she can cause a bit of damage here. She had a 1. She's missed, beaten 2. Come back over a 30-metre line there. I think it's a penalty. Yeah, Georgia Watts has been penalised for a wrap tag, as you want to call it.
It's contact anyway, put it that way, whichever way you want to. But look, space on both sides, Bomber. Both teams, if they spread that footy wide, they're going to find space down the edges.
Johnson takes a nice settler up there. It goes on the Pruden. Pruden's nice quick off the mark. She's beaten 2 there, but she gets up to the halfway line. Like to see them ball moving around here now, but it's not. Darcy takes the line, pushes Johnson through a little hole, but Casson takes her just inside the Scone half now. Back inside there to Gracie Gallen, who's out of 1, but finally tagged 40 metres out from the line. Breslin, dummy half. Who's this? That's Johnson, is it?
Yes.
Yep, Johnson tagged there on the last tackle. Here we go. Back to Breslin, passes it on to Gallen. Gallen gets a kick over the Scone heads, and there is Millie Graham. Millie picks it up on a 20-metre line. Ooh. And there's a bit of a collision, but Worthy says play on, no damage done. That's I think that might be my nemesis, Nikki Shiftley.
That is
Shifty.
Nolan onto Sophie Hind, who takes a run over the advantage line, and she's finally tagged about 30-odd metres out from her own line. Nolan, Casson, dummies inside, floats across, dummy again. She's been tagged. Oh, no, she's...
Bit of contact there again, boys.
Yep, bit of contact. She's looked for the penalty. They're not hanging off her much, but Sophie probably, if she gets a nice float ball out to one of these outside backs, they're going to be into space. Georgia Watts, nice run over the halfway line. Nolan at dummy half. Hill gives one to Shifke. She's knocked over, not knocked over, tagged.
Tag. It's a tag knock.
Nolan, nice little inside ball to Casson, who beats 1, beats 2, looking for runners. She's finally taken there by Pruden.
I think she straightens the game up, Sophie Casson, and uses those people on the edge there, Bomber. It's going to be deadly, mate.
Hill plays a bit square, 30 metres out from the Murrurundi line here. Nolan, long ball onto the Casson. Casson stops and gives it out to Haggerty. Haggerty looks for Casson to come around, but nothing happening there. Last tackle. Casson just boot the ball over, rolls into the Murrurundi line, and we got the number 2 in Alana Bruce that picks it up and beats 1, but there she's tagged there by Nolan, the dummy half. Is always busy. Rando onto, that's Michelle Walmsley, is it? Kim Willard. She's 5 or 6 metres out from her own line. They're doing it tough here, Murrurundi, coming off their own line. Rando, she pushes a nice ball through there to the 8 in Johnson, still 10 metres out from their own line. Goes to Breslin. Breslin puts a speculator up from inside a 20-metre line. She'll probably get a bounce. She does. It bounces into touch, but it only goes out 30 metres out from her own line.
It's a horrible bounce. Horrible bounce. That wind's playing a bit of havoc.
So Scone again on the attack here. Hind will have to play there. 20. Oh, what's going on here? Yep. Anyway, Nolan gets it on to Millie Graham. Millie's out of 1, but she's tagged there eventually. Nolan dummy half again.
It's a novel way of taking the tap, mate.
Shifke takes it up. She's tagged there 20 metres out from Murrurundi line here. Nolan onto Casson. Casson block play onto Hill. Another block play onto Haggerty. Haggerty's into a bit of space here. She drops to 17 underneath her, and she didn't need to come inside.
That's probably the only time you don't stay on the sideline.
Marich stays on the sideline. She probably scores. Watts goes to Hill. Back to Watts. Shows it back inside to Casson. Nice ball movement here. Casson out of 1. Spins around. She's still alive here. 1 or 2 tags she's been missed by, but anyway, eventually 10 metres out for her own line. Watts onto Nolan. Nolan just takes a tag down the short side. Again, goes Elphick at dummy half. She puts a little grubber kick into the in goal. That'll be taken by Jess Breslin. Jess comes out of the in goal area and makes it up to the 10 metre line. She's looking for a penalty, but there's none forthcoming.
Well weighted kicks, Bob.
Yep.
Both of them, all those kicks have set up beautifully
Yep.
in goal for Scone. Really well done.
Ooh, Pruden jumps out of one. She's eventually tagged there about 15 metres out for her own line. Johnson to Rando. Rando comes a short side and she shows a dummy. She says she.
Just pull that microphone away. You can't do that. You blow our eardrums out.
So anyway, after a bit of excitement there, Pruden goes over the 40 metre line, eventually tagged by Nolan. Murrurundi just made a bit of a gap there, but see what's on the back of this. Gallen drops an inside ball to Johnson. Johnson back to Rando. Rando's tagged there on the last by Watts. 40 metres out from her own line. Gallen puts a wobbly old kick into the Scone 40 metre line. Well handled there by Elphick. Elphick takes it up the 40 and she's tagged there by Jess Breslin. Now the dummy half run there by Sarah Smith. Easily tagged there by Jess Breslin again. Haggerty looking for runners, drops Hill back inside her. Hill tagged there by Darcy. About 40 metres out, still 4-0 in favour of Scone, 11 from half time. Casson on the halfway line, looking to dummy her way through, but she's taken there by the, what was that, the 9, was it? Or the 8, anyway, Johnson. Elphick takes a nice run over the advantage line. She's taken 40 metres out. Nolan onto Casson. Casson puts a grubber kick through, hits a Murrurundi player, but it bounces up easy now for Henna Rando. Henna nicely, oh no, she's out of one. Eventually tagged there by Flynn Haggerty. I think Murrurundi just got to hang on here, and the least amount of points they can give away in this first half, the better it'll be with that wind at their back, and they'll be able to play a bit of free-flowing football, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. In the second half, their kicks will be a lot better.
West down the far side, West out of one. She makes it in just on the near the halfway line, Murrundi's side. Rando will go to first receiver, and the old nemesis, the old dummy half, who puts the foot into touch while picking up the ball, and it's Scone's ball.
It's a coach killer, mate.
Yeah, happens a hell of a lot in league tags. It's probably something that the girls probably aren't aware of, but
Stay away from that white line.
eventually after being called out a few times, you'd think they'd know about it. Anyway, Hine takes it up. She drops it inside to Casson, who dummies a couple and looks to run herself, but she's looking for a penalty, and Worthy said, yeah, I'll give you a penalty.
Yep.
No signal. What was it? Jumper. Don't know what the signal is, but anyway.
It's like
Grab or something.
grabbing, I'd say. Would
Anyway,
be that
Casson will take the tap 40 out from the Murrurundi line. Just takes it straight up in the middle, turns her back on it. Johnson makes the tag. Nolan at dummy half. Comes right side to Hill, who goes looking for runners. She's out of one, but nicely tagged there by Kimberly Willard, I think it was. Nolan, Haggerty back inside to Casson. Casson elects to go herself there instead of giving it the inside runner and Elphick. Nolan onto Haggerty. Haggerty throws a nice long ball onto Hind, who was running into a nice hole, but was it West over there or? Yeah, West, nice tag. Schlifke goes forward just with a nice run to 20 metres out from the Murrurundi line, last tackle. Nolan gives a short ball over, then onto Hind. Hind looking for a bit of space there. She's out of one. She's eventually tagged there by Jess Breslin, 10 metres out. Murrurundi would still be fairly happy with what's going on here. They've basically been camped in their own 40 metre line for the best part of this game.
Yeah, look, now they're just starting to work out from their half. Bomber again, I think both teams just get that ball a bit wider. Yep. They should see some space.
Rando dummy half. Gallen onto Wamsley. Wamsley onto the 5 in Talia Bruce. Still 20 metres out from their own line. It's tough going here in league tag. It's not like you can physically work your way up through the middle of the ruck. You've got to try and finesse your way through into a pretty stiff breeze. Rando makes its way out to Darcy. Darcy gives a nice ball here onto Pruden. Pruden's into a bit of space. She draws the fullback, gives it on to Bruce. Bruce out of, she's finally tagged there by Haggerty. On the halfway line, Murrurundi. Last tackle, Darcy onto Willard. Willard onto, finally gets it onto Breslin, who puts a a wobbly old kick up, and it's a knock on against Scone.
Should be 6 to go again.
Yep, 6 to go. Murrurundi
Yep, Worthy's got
a
it.
fresh set of 6 here. 35 metres out from Scone's line. Rando down the short side. Tries to beat him for a bit of pace. Gets it onto West, is it? And West inside the 20. Murrurundi, their best attacking opportunity all half.
Space on the edges, Bomber.
Yep. Gallon looks to go back the short side. Just takes a run.
Okay.
Nicely tagged. There's plenty of space out here if they want to chance their arm here.
Play straight.
Goes, that's Johnson.
A little bit of
Johnson
urgency from
on the
Rundo's
10 metre
needed
line here. You'd like to see Rando here on a sweep play.
She is out the back here. Look out the
Yeah,
back here.
Darcy goes. Oh, nice
ball, that's a great
short
ball.
ball onto.
That's a try.
That's a great try.
That's a great try.
That's a great try. They've overread the situation. Try to Kimberly Willard. Darcy's gone. Basically played a block shape there, Matt. All the Scone girls were. As we get a nice gust of wind.
Yeah. Yeah, she's just struggling to get the wind out of those mics, Bob. But yeah, a great little block play. Well, she ran the block play with Hannah Rando out the back there. Little dummy to the short runner and made straight beside the post. So I'm going to say this is going to be a tough kick for her with this win, but could be a 6-4 lead going in, Caitlin.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, we were just caught short there with a fairly strong gust of breeze.
Strong gust of breeze.
Hurricane-like conditions, but yeah, that was good play there. Like Michaela Darcy hasn't been very prominent early, but once she got up there and played a little bit of ball play, the Scone girls have overread the situation, and it's just a simple missed tag there on Willard, and she scores.
As simple as it was, and again, I was looking for the outside bomb. I was looking for a young who was it? The little winger down here, young Bruce, Alana Bruce. That's
So
gapped
Gracie
them
Gallon
a few times.
looking to put Murrurundi ahead here.
And Bruce is slowing down. Here we go. She's
Yes,
potted that.
nice kick by
Slotted
Gracie
that.
Gallon. That puts the
6-4.
Mavrettes 6-4 ahead on the Bengalla scoreboard in the ladies league tag grand final. 5 minutes out from half time.
Yeah, well done to the girls. They again, like you said, Bomber, they've been camped on their own in their own half there for the best, well, most of the half basically. 20 minutes out of the 25, just leading to the last 5 there now. They show some speed down the right edge. Both of those edges, like we've been saying, get the ball out wide. Very much compress both teams. Ball gets out wide, just see space. Alana Bruce twice down the left edge, and she's found a bit of room. Scone need to really watch out for that.
That's it. Scone are probably, as you're playing that middle third, they're probably not giving their girls out wide a little bit more room to move.
Bit of room.
Okay, we got Elphick kicks off. Nice
for the
kick
sideline.
inside the Murrurundi 20. Oh, it's knocked on there by Lucy Pruden. It's probably not
Bad luck. No, she's.
Worthy's eventually
He's got
blown
it.
the whistle.
He's got it, mate. They just didn't hear it. Unfortunately, a little bit of nerves from the girls.
Yep.
But hopefully they'll pick that back up, and certainly the urgency. 3 people around that ball. She was going for the sideline, obviously, but 3 girls there making sure that we didn't lose it, but a little bit of a fumble.
Okay, Scone's opportunity here to hit straight back. Smith just takes a run up under the 10 metre line. There she's easily tagged. She hits the deck, but no damage done. Nolan onto Watts.
That's quick.
Watts, nice run, nice solid run to the defensive line. Challenges the defenders. Nolan onto Haggerty. Haggerty shows once. Inside ball to Hill on the second under, but she's tagged there. Nolan. Casson down that short side. She's going nice and hard at the line. Gives a nice ball onto Hind, and Hind will score.
Again, good movement of the football.
Yeah, Sophie Casson really busy down the short side, and unfortunately the Murrurundi girls probably just hung off her. They haven't been hanging off her much, but they just counted the numbers. Could have gave it to Hind or any other one of the players out wide. And the Casson's dangerous down them short sides with numbers.
Absolutely dangerous and running with purpose. Both girls, both Casson and who was it, Hind,
Yep.
running with speed at the football.
Yep.
They're very, very hard to stop in a football game, let alone a tag game.
Yep.
We actually got to rip something off the side of someone short. So look, the girls are getting caught napping. Both edges, we've been talking about it most of the game, mate. Both edges is where it's at.
So immediately 8-6, 3 minutes to go. Needless to say, this will be a very tough kick from right on the sideline on the, I suppose, the southwestern side.
Yeah, she's going to.
Sam Elphick is the leading point scorer to take a mighty place kick to get it from here. But yeah, unfortunate for Murrurundi. It's the old story, and doesn't matter whether you're playing under 10s or first grade, that you got to complete that set after the try to maintain the momentum. And unfortunately, there's a knock on for Murrurundi, and the girls have paid.
Both mistakes, you'd call it, Bomber. So the first try from Scone, mistake, and Sam's just dropped that one short by about a couple of metres, but a great effort from the sideline. First try Scone scored, I can say it really, from a Murrurundi mistake. Second try, Scone Murrurundi mistake, mate. So obviously the girls, the boys are going to be, or Marty's going to be very critical of that, I'd say, at half time in cleaning up those silly mistakes, mate.
Certainly Marty and Darryl probably wouldn't want any more points. 8-6 at half time, they'd take that if they asked them before the game.
Absolutely.
And it's a vital 2 minutes here. Hopefully Murrurundi have regrouped. Gallen kicks off into a stiff breeze. It goes down to Shifke, who lets it bounce, and it's picked up by Hind. Hind on the 30-metre line is tagged.
She's thrown the tag.
Tag's gone 15 minutes. Casson shows once. She's eventually there, tagged there by Gracie Gallen. Nolan onto Hill. Hill onto Haggerty. Haggerty out of one, but she's eventually tagged there by Lucy Pruden. Slams the tag down in frustration. Nolan onto Watts. Watts drops it back inside to the 17 in Phoebe Mavrettes. Nicely tagged there by Pruden. Short side here again. Hill takes it over the advantage line there, but she's tagged there by Pruden again. Last tag. Watts takes it up and she puts a nice little kick over. Gets a nice bounce towards the far corner. The number 5 in Talia Bruce picks it up 20 metres out from her own line. She beats one, but she's eventually tagged there by Millie Graham. Only a minute to go till half time here. Rando shows the dummy, goes herself, and she picks up a handy 5 metres down the sideline. Bruce at dummy half. That's Gracie Gallen. 40 metres out from her own line. The 12 on there is Megan McLaughlin. It's a nice little run there by Michelle Wamsley. She's in the clear here, got the fullback to beat. She's gone around the outside of Elphick. She's in a foot race here for the far corner. And Michelle Wamsley will score the try. Great try there by the Scone Murrurundi girls. Michelle Wamsley's probably a 40-metre run there. Come to the fullback Elphick. Got around the outside of it. I was giving the Muscle Group 21 secretary the try there for a minute.
No, that wasn't Jane. That wasn't Jane.
Yeah, great try there by Murrurundi. Not much going on there, but she's got the foot
really,
race. Yep, just got the foot race. Similar try to what she scored in the last round here. So they'll go in at half time as the siren's about to go now.
There she is for the siren, but definitely a clean pair of heels. That was just over the 40-yard lines where they took the ruck, Bomber, and she's basically something from nothing. Literally just one missed tag and bang, she's through. Clean pair of heels from Walmsley.
So currently lead 10 points to 8 at half time. There's a conversion attempt to be taken here by Gracie Gallen. Kicking straight into the teeth of the breeze, but she's a fairly handy kicker, Gracie, so she'll give herself a bit of chance if she gets a good strike on it. But that's a great incentive or a great confidence booster going into half time after getting a try against them 2 minutes before half time.
I thought Sam Elphick might have covered a bit more ground there. She's certainly a very quick young lady, but Walmsley clean pair of heels.
Gallen puts it up there, but it's right into the teeth of the breeze, and eventually
that'll be half time.
Here at half time, 10 points to 8 in favour of Murrurundi. There'll be some soul searching going on in the Scone camp, I think.
We'll take a break very shortly for the Bengalla Group 21 Grand Final on the Women's Ladies League tag, and we'll be back shortly.
Oh yeah, Murrurundi are a bit slow to start off, but they've come out firing as usual, and that will put Scone on the back foot, and they will not be happy with that.
Absolutely not.
That's an interesting scoreline here. 10-8 running into a really stiff breeze, and as I mentioned at half time, just off air, Gracie Gallen got a nice handy little kicking game, and if she's smart, and I would imagine Marty and Darryl have told her to pump that bottom corner of Scone Park, it'll make it tough to just get the Scone out. But a 10-8 scoreline in favour of Murrurundi when in the first 20 minutes of that first half, it looked like they were just going to hold on for a 4-0 or a 8-0, and they've ended up leading at half time 10-8, so they'll be 10-8, so they'll be really happy with that. Murrurundi to kick off.
A couple of quick tries towards the end. I said Mavs went over, bang, Scone hit straight back and right on the bell there, boys. The young Walmsley, clean pair of heels to bring the A-plus contracting poly welding scoreboard at 10-8 going into this second half as Worthy blows full time on
I'd be happy if it was.
Exactly as you said, mate, straight into that corner, Bomber.
Okay, Watts takes it on the 20-metre line and she swivels out of one, but she's tagged there. Coral Hagan at dummy half onto Millie Graham, who just takes a run up and she turns it back into the defence and she's tripped over there. Haggerty speeds the ball up there, goes on to Cass and Met. Yep, she's on, jumps outside of one, out of two. She's in a foot race here, but nice tag there by the young number 5 in Talia Bruce. She never panicked, just kept focused on the tag. Nolan at dummy half, onto Hind. Hind runs into the defence there, makes a bit of contact, but she's eventually tagged on the halfway line. Shifke, she just a bit of a confused dummy half pass there. She gets it and just takes a settler. Bit of panic there early in the half as Sam Elphick puts a nice little kick over into the corner, bobbling around there. Rando picks it up. She's nicely tagged there.
Good
by
chase
Haggerty.
from Scone.
Yep, it was a real good chase. As Pruden comes to the short side, she beats one. She's pushed out of two. She comes over a 40-metre line. Nice run there. Nice relieving run, actually.
Bit of contact.
And to Darcy the short side to Rando. Rando out of one. Eventually tagged there by Nolan.
Very elusive down that side.
Here we go with what's happened. As long as that girl doesn't put the foot into touch.
No, not this time. Not this time.
Darcy on to Pruden. Pruden takes it up to the halfway line. She's tagged there by Haggerty. Tags flying everywhere at the moment. Darcy onto Willard. Willard dummies, but she's tagged there on the halfway line. Jess Preslin at dummy half. Oh, sloppy ball there. Gracie Gallen puts a nice big bomb up there underneath it. Is Sam Elphick, well taken on a 20-metre line. She gets out of one. No, Worthy's got a penalty here against the Murrurundi girls.
Grabbing again.
Yeah, grabbing.
Holding. Yeah, look, again, well taken by Sam.
Yeah.
That would have been a horrible ball up high. Ball would have been swirling around, but she's taken and now taking the tap and look for a bit of space down the left-hand edge.
Halfway line, she swiveled herself out of a couple of tags before Michelle Wamsley takes her. Smith over the halfway line. She's tagged there by Jess Preslin. Nolan, Casson, dummy. Nice ball outside to Haggerty. Tagged on the 40-metre line.
5 on 2 there.
Casson on the short side again. Hill goes to the line, drops Watts back underneath her, who's there tagged on the 30-metre line. 30 metres out, 10-8 in favour of Murrurundi. 22 to go in the grand final. Casson onto Haggerty, back to Casson. Casson, ball there onto Shifke. She's out of one. She's in the clear here. Michelle Wamsley will tag her about 15 metres out from the Murrurundi line. Last tag against the Scone side. Elphick looks to kick, but she doesn't. She gives the ball on to Haggerty. Haggerty gives it on the Hill. They're going to run it here.
Feed it.
Onto Watts.
Feed it.
Watts gets it on to Coral Hagan. Coral Hagan onto Millie
try.
Graham. That's a nice try. They've run the ball on the last and got the reward for it. Went through about 6 or 7 sets of hands there. And eventually a try to Millie Graham in the far scoreboard corner of Scone brings the Scone side to a 12-10 lead over Murrurundi in the Bengalla Group 21 Ladies League Tag Grand Final.
Yeah, Murrurundi too much. You can't do that against Scone. You've got to get up in their faces. You've got to get physical because they don't like it.
No, really good call, Cullen. Ball watching. So that's what they did. Watch the ball go straight past them. It's through every set of hands, and the A+ contracting poly welding scoreboard reflects it very quickly at 12-10 down to Scone. We'll see what Sam Elphick's got here in the bag for this kick Bomber. But again, straight into that wind's going to make it tough, but she'll certainly give it everything she can. Mate.
Yeah, it was just the old run on the last tag play. The Scone girls were ball watching, as you say, but there was no Sophie didn't get involved in that last play, and I think they were had an eye on her to see what was going on, and they were waiting for Sam Elphick to kick it, and by the time they'd readjusted the defence, it was too late to get there.
Well, not a lot of push from the Footy Bomber. From the inside, the girls didn't move. The ball come past them. You look from the side of the post. Not many people on the far side of the post. We'll call it the eastern side. Yeah. Here comes Sam. She's potted that, and that's fallen well short into that tough wind. So the A+ contracting poly welding scoreboard at 12-10 in Scone's favour. But yeah, not a lot of push on the Footy Bomber. The girls watched the football go past. They didn't push towards it. As we know, is a deadly move, particularly on your line.
Bit of desperation there on your own line in a GF. You need that, especially when you're holding a slender lead.
What's that?
Sun.
What's that?
Sun's coming out here, but it hadn't stopped the wind. Anyway, Gallen kicks off, nice kick.
It's a good
deep
kick.
down, it comes off the leg of Georgia Watts. She picks it up and goes onto a 20-metre line there before Henarando makes the tag. Nolan goes the dummy half. Millie Graham comes in for a run over a 30-metre line and nearly gets through, but she's taken there by Johnson. On to Nolan. Nolan onto Hill. Hill goes over the advantage line there. Tries to get through, but there's nicely tagged there by Jess Breslin. Nolan, short side to Casson. Casson back. Looks inside, outside. Nicely tagged by Breslin. Didn't panic. Nolan again. Onto Hill. Hill goes to the line. Tagged again by Breslin and also Sheree Johnson. Nolan, dummy half. Goes on to Elphick. Elphick puts the kick over the halfway line. What sort of bounce are we going to get?
She's turning, gone out.
Takes a nice little off break into touch there. So it's on the halfway line. Murrurundi will have a bit of possession here with a big wind behind them now and see what their turn to have a bit of a crack at the Scone line here if they can get down onto it. Goes the short side to Rando. Rando, she's nicely tagged there by Millie Graham. At 45 out from the Scone line. West onto Pruden. Pruden over the 40-metre line. Eventually tagged there. Jess Breslin at dummy half. Takes a run in a dummy half. Gives it on to Willard. Willard, she's looking for a penalty, but there's none forthcoming. She'll play it. 30-odd out from the line. Breslin, Michaela Darcy, nice little ball over to the two in Bruce, is it?
Yep.
She goes down the sideline. She's tagged about 20 metres out from the line. Michaela probably needs to start doing a little bit more ball playing here. Darcy down to Breslin. Breslin onto the Johnson. Johnson tries to get away from Nolan. Interesting last tag here. What's Gracie going? Worthy said go back and tag it, play it on the right spot.
They're about 20 metres apart, the two tags. I'm not sure how he picked up which one was going to be the right one.
Okay, Gallen. She gives it to Michelle Wamsley. Michelle's going to run it onto the
West.
Number 24 in West, and she's tagged 20 metres out from the Scone line now. We'll see what Scone are going to throw, whether they're going to throw the ball around or just put the nose to the grindstone here and see if they can get up the other end with a decent kick. Smith at dummy half, runs herself, gives it on to Casson. Casson, a dummy, out of one, out of two. She's in the, thought she was in the clear, but Breslin had got her on the 30-metre line.
When things are tight, Sophie will not pass that ball. She will just do it all herself.
There he goes to Smith. Smith will go on to Nolan. Nolan on to, that's Haggerty. Haggerty, nice ball on to Watts there. Nolan to dummy half. Hill goes over the 40-metre line, looking for a runner into the hole.
That's a great
Coral
ball.
Hagan. Yep, Hill's taking the ball to the line, looking for runners. She got Hagan through, but Hagan was tagged there. Millie Graham at dummy half. Nolan takes the first receiver role. She's tagged on the halfway line. Last tackle here. Last tag. Casson puts a wobbly one, goes down to about the 20-metre line. Henorando's got it on the bounce here with a bit of space, but it's a good chase there by Flynn Haggerty. They needs a good chase, otherwise you can do a bit of damage. Pruden goes from dummy half. Nice run there, gets away from the marker. Could have been a 50-50 penalty there, but he's called play on. There's a bit of a push there by the 9 on the chest of Lucy Pruden. Pruden goes back and has a bit of a fake shadow box at us. So a little bit of starting in the grand final. Anyway, Johnson gets it on to the Gracie Gallen, who then's met by, who was it? Michelle Wamsley met by Hind. Okay, the 9, Gracie Gallen jumps out of dummy half. Nice little ball onto Sheree Johnson, who run into a nice little hole there. Jess Breslin dummy half onto Gracie Gallen. Gracie puts a nice kick underneath it. Sarah Smith, what she's got? It's gone over her head. She's got a touch to it, so it's a live ball. She's copped a bump here. What's Worthy going to call? It's called knock on against Smith.
Big call.
Yep. So we've got a
big call.
We've got a Murrurundi ball here, about 22 metres out from the Scone line. Nice little kick. Smith didn't know much about it. Ball went backwards and eventually knocked it on the second.
I'm unsure about that second knock on Bomber, but anyway.
President dummy half shows a dummy. 24 is West, isn't it? It's a penalty there.
That's a penalty for grabbing.
No grab.
I'll grab it. Who's that?
Sophie Casson.
Anyway, probably got a right to be.
Anyway, we've got Gracie Gallen there at dummy. Takes the tag, or the tap. She's eventually tagged 10 out. A bit of spice starting in the game now. We go to Johnson. Johnson goes towards the goal post. She's about 8 metres out from the line. Breslin, left side onto Darcy. Darcy out the back to Rando. Rando gives a nice ball to Pruden. Pruden out of one. Eventually she's tagged over there on the far side by Georgia Watts. West dummy half, Darcy looking for runners that are a bit too far out for her to give it. Jess Breslin jumps into dummy half. Onto Johnson onto Gallen. All a bit slow motion at the moment from the Murrurundi girls, but Gracie Gallen does pop out of a couple of tags there. Last tag here against the Murrurundi girls. Goes the short side to Breslin. Breslin puts a little grubber kick through, taken there nicely by Hind. Didn't panic, got the bounce. Anyway, the tag there. Cassin's tag there right on the line. Hill takes a nice settling run to within 10 metres of her own line there. Nolan at dummy half. Oh, she throws what happens to be an inside ball to Georgia Watts, but they've gone away from what they've done all game trying.
A great little run there from Murrurundi. They actually pushed the football into this far corner, put the pressure back on Scone. That's come up with an error. Yep. And I tell you, look out here.
Yep. Johnson takes a run there. There's a clash of bodies, but no penalty or nothing forthcoming at the moment. Darcy inside ball to Rando. Rando out of one, but she's eventually tagged. Only a couple of metres out from the line. Jess Breslin on to Gallen. Gallen shows a dummy. She's tagged there by Hill.
Talia Bruce in this right corner.
Here we go. Wamsley onto the McLaughlin. McLaughlin on to Bruce. Bruce out of one. Desperate tag there. Wamsley onto Rando. Rando goes across the line. She's hit the deck there. Worthy put the whistle to the mouth. Come up with nothing. Last tag against Murrurundi. On to Gracie Gallen. Long ball on to Darcy. Darcy grubber kicks. Hits feet. What's Worthy called here?
Got a knock on.
What's he called there?
I don't know. He's pointing.
He looked like a regulation grubber. Yeah, I thought it was a grubber kick that hit the feet, and I thought it was playing. But anyway, Scone's ball. Leading 12-10 with 13 to go. Watts takes a nice run over the advantage line there. Eventually he's tagged. Shifky comes down the short side. Tagged there by Michelle Wamsley. Scone doing it tough to get out of their own half. Nolan dummy half. She goes the short side. There's no one with her. Oh, there's a bit of contact there, but no damage done. Tagged there by McLaughlin. Onto the 14 now for Scone, who's on is Isabella Wright. Hind takes it up 30 metres out from her own line. Goes to Elphick. Elphick goes over the advantage line. She gets it on to Cassin. Cassin on to Haggerty. Haggerty on to Watts. Gets to within 40 metres line.
That's good footy.
Moving the football around here. Last tag against the Scone side. Cassin jumps back inside. Puts a wobbly kick there, but Jess Breslin has knocked it on. Again, Scone will have a bit of early ball here inside the Scone half, the Murrurundi half.
Sneaky extra 10 metres in. No. He's pushed him back.
Okay, Hill will play the ball here to Nolan. Nolan gets it on to Watts, who's invaluable metres over that advantage line all day. She just takes a nice straight run to get him on the front foot. Hill goes back against the grain there. She's out of one. Eventually tagged there by Lucy Pruden. Tags flying everywhere at the moment. Nolan, short side, drops it back inside to Cassin. Cassin comes up through the middle, looking for runners, takes a dummy. She's eventually tagged there by Jess Breslin. Jess hadn't missed many tags there in the middle. She keeps that ruck nice and tight. Under Hill again. Hill goes over the 30-metre line, pops a ball in. Not a real good ball to Haggerty. Haggerty drops it, and Murrurundi get the ball here about 30 metres out their own line. Pruden takes it over the advantage line here. She's nicely tagged there by Nolan, the 9 for Scone. Jess Breslin. Is it Cherie Johnson who just takes a settler up 30 metres out from her own line. Breslin at dummy half, gives it on to Rando. Rando's got a bit of space here. She comes down the short side, but nice tag there by Cassin. Goes Gallen on to Wamsley. Wamsley on to Jess Breslin, who is tagged there by Nolan. There's probably time for a kick here, Matt. It is the last tackle.
It is the last. Roll one into that back corner there, mate.
No. Both teams are suffering here. A
little bit of nerves, mate.
Football. Murrurundi have dropped it here on the last tackle.
A+ contracting, Polly Welding Schoolboard still reading Scone 12, Mavs 10.
Okay, Scone deep on the attack here. Elphick takes it to within 30 metres of the Murrurundi line. There'll be a penalty against Murrurundi for crossover tagging.
Crossover tagging.
Yeah, okay. Whatever you want to call it.
Let's do that. let's go with that.
That's a new theme.
Okay, let's do that.
Anyway, tap taken by Elphick, takes it to the 20-metre line, backs away up to the 20-metre line. McLaughlin made the tag. Nolan dummy half onto Shifky. She comes over the 20-metre line there. Again, nicely tagged by the Murrurundi girls. What a Scone got here. Casson, long ball onto Hill. Hill, nice little ball there to Watts, but she's tagged there by Michaela Darcy. Hill goes to short side. She's been busy in the last 5 minutes. On to Haggerty. Haggerty out of 1, out of 2, but she's eventually tagged there by Hannah Rando. Graham onto Coral Hagan. Coral throws the ball onto Casson. Casson onto Watts. Watts met there, right on the 10-metre line. Casson comes to short side. She's out of 1, out of WR. Throws a long ball to Hine, goes behind her and goes into touch. Yeah, what's Worthy got here? Worthy's got a
good push on the footy there from
hang on, what's Worthy got here? He's got a penalty against Murrurundi for
Was
what?
he called offside?
offside. I think that's either offside or an excessive tag throw, but you couldn't have one of them on a day like today. The game would never start.
She's a big call from Worthy. 8 metres out, Casson will take the tap.
Yeah, takes the tap, runs the short side there, stutters, stammers, finally tagged. Nolan, Hine comes around and just takes a settler run towards the try line. Geez, anything could happen here.
He's got the whistle in the
yeah,
mouth.
I think it's a tough call. I reckon Hannah Rando's stood her ground there.
I reckon you're right. I reckon you're right. She stood the ground and got hit there, but
yeah. And you again, Scone penalty, 5 metres out. Hang on. There's a spectator. Mr. D. Rando's been ordered off.
Rando's been carted. Did you want some water over there, he says.
Not the first time Daryl's been sent from Scone Park, I don't think. Anyway, Nolan, dummy half. Casson shows inside, goes outside. She's popped her way through here.
Yep.
Yeah, they've looked after her all game, but when it really counted,
tough.
She's shown the dummy and they've missed the tag, and Casson's over right beside the post and makes it 16-10 in favour of Scone with the kick to come. Yeah, they've just gone to sleep for a couple of seconds there and they've paid the penalty.
You got to look at it, Bomber. There's 2 quick penalties on their line. I mean, they're against the flow of the play for one of them. One of them was against the flow of the play against them while they had the football on the line. That's got to be tough for the Mavs to come back out at, mate. And look, around the centre, Sophie Casson deadly when she's got the football, like you said, Caitlin. When the chips are down, she'll try and do it herself, and that's the result of that one, mate. What do you think?
Yeah,
she does it well.
No one's awake to it.
All the way to it, just can't stop it.
Yeah.
Certainly, Scone I think they're overusing that inside ball bomb, and they're going the inside out, or the old Canberra Raiders play, whatever you want to call it. They need to, I think, get away from that and then start shitting that right. Young
Watson and Haggerty, they combine well. They played a lot of touch footy together over the years. Anyway, we've got a 16-10 scoreline here. This is in the scheme of the game, this is an extremely vital kick. If she misses this, the psychological boost for Murrurundi will be great. If she puts it over, Murrurundi then in a position of having to score 2 tries to win the game.
Absolutely. So the A+ contracting poly welding scoreboard sitting at 16-10 for Scone at this point in time as Elphick stands back. She walks in, strikes it, and she's got that. That'll take the A+ contracting poly welding scoreboard to 18-10 in favour of Scone.
Well, one thing for sure now with an 18-10 scoreline, Matt, we're going to have to see Murrurundi play a different game. The field position's probably vital, but they're going to have to start moving the footy around a little bit more than they were. I'd like to see Jess Breslin taken out of that dummy half role.
Very dominant. She's been in that place, but I think she's been a bit wasted. The Bruce girls.
Oh, nice. We've got a result.
That's a result.
Murrurundi have kicked off and got a result. It's gone into touch, 20-odd metres out from the Scone line. So here can the Murrurundi girls hit back immediately. I think it's Bruce that just takes a run, gives it to Pruden. Pruden on the 10-metre line here. Here we go. Murrurundi deep on the attack. It goes on to the Johnson. Johnson tagged there by Haggerty. Haggerty's been strong in the tagging department. Breslin on to Gallen. Gallen plays a nice ball on to Michelle Wamsley. I thought it was a vital tag by Nolan.
Wow.
I thought she was through. Great tag by Nolan. Breslin onto Jerry Johnson, onto Michaela Darcy. Puts a nice little cover kick through here. Anybody's ball, and Georgia Watts kicks it over the dead ball line. Bit of crafty football there by Michaela Darcy, one of the senior members in the Murrurundi side. She gets a repeat set. The ball from the drop kick won't go too far, you'd imagine, into the breeze, but a bit of enterprising play there. I thought Michelle Wamsley had gone straight through, but
she will be, mate, at 5 minutes 23 left on the clock on the A+ contracting and poly welding scoreboard. 18-10 to Scone at this point in time as we take the drop kick from under the post there. and it's held up quite high. It only goes about 22 metres out.
Darcy takes it. She's tagged there. Likes a little bit more shape here from the Murrurundi girls. Are in each other's hip pocket at the moment. Johnson takes it up and she's tagged there by Haggerty. Back to Preslin. Preslin gets it on to Darcy. Darcy the wrap inside.
Inside ball.
Rando. She puts a bit of pace on him.
Rando. Oh, no.
Yeah, double tag there. Preslin. Short side. Darcy puts another little grubber kick through. What have we got here? Is it going to roll dead?
Just
Millie
gone
Graham's
dead,
taking the ball dead. Yep.
Just gone dead. A lot of pressure there from the Mavs. I tell you, look out. They're on the roll. They're
Interesting
definitely.
to hear if Darcy goes for the kick or she decides to run that ball on that next play if it goes over there. Like whether Millie Graham and Coral Hagan will drop back for the kick or she'll decide to do the same thing as what Scone done, is run the last tackle.
Yeah, run it out.
Here we go. Hill, wobbly old drop kick.
She's only made...
Preslin, it's a knock on by Preslin.
That's offside.
Offside by Murrurundi to compound the error.
Bad luck. A knock on from Preslin. She's in front. Not sure who that is, Bomber.
Yeah, that was Surrey Johnson.
Unfortunately,
Nolan takes the tag. She'll go over the 20-metre line there. She's tagged there by Surrey Johnson.
We're playing for penalties now by the look of it.
Here we go. Elphick goes over the advantage line again. Another nice run. 30 metres out from the line. Nothing too silly here from Scone.
3:46 on the clock.
Goes. Eventually tagged there by Darcy. About 30 metres out from Scone's line. Nolan the short side of Haggerty. Haggerty bucks it back inside to Hill. Has been strong in the last 15 minutes. Nolan. Casson over the 40. Nice ball onto Millie Graham, who's there. She's tagged.
Hasn't been very involved as much as I thought.
No, Millie's normally a hooker in tackle and
okay.
She's been shunted out on the wing.
Yeah. Not a spot she'd be enjoying. It was a long kick go through from young Bruce, picks it up and takes it down the skinny side there.
I think Murrurundi got a chance to arm here now with 8 points down. Hannah Rando goes the short side. She's beaten one. She's eventually tagged there by Flynn Haggerty. On to Holman on to Pruden. Pruden goes to 30 metres out from their own line. Preslin at dummy half again.
2:45 on the clock.
Johnson on to Gallen. Nice little ball on to Walmsley. Nice tag there by Sophie Hind.
She's ran a good hole today, Walmsley.
Anyway, this is Johnson on the out, coming down the short side. She's been tagged here, about 30 metres out from her own line. Rando down the short side, but she puts a kick in. Don't know what's going to happen out of this. Casson comes back to clean it up on her own 40-metre line. I think that could be the ball game from now on, Matt. I think with 2:20 to go.
A+ contracting and poly welding scoreboard saying 18-10 with 2:13 to go. Scone shift right down the far side as we look at it.
Anyway, we go to Nolan down short side. Hill takes it over the half line. Nice ball onto Watts. Watts in turn gives it to Coral Hagan, who's tagged about 40 metres out from the Scone line. Onto Nolan. Nolan again just takes it within 40 metres of the line. She's been busy. She's played a majority of the dummy half, but playing a little bit first receiver. Millie Graham onto Haggerty. Haggerty block play to Casson. Casson looks to give it onto Shifke. Shifke's looking to give it outside here. She throws a speculator over to Sophie Hind, who was forward and knocked on. So
she's had the two people there, Bomber. She literally just had to go through the hands there, mate, and it would have had the same result.
That's it.
Unfortunately, but that's a turnover at 20 metres out.
Wamsley at dummy half. She'll play it to the 15 in Lindsay Atkinson. Down the short side is Hannah Rando, but she's tagged there by the 14 in Isabella Wright.
Couple of late changes for the Mavs.
Yeah, the Mavs, the 25's on at the moment, or I think it's the 15, sorry. That's Lindsay Atkinson. Anyway, Rando takes it the first receiver. The game's really all over now.
Last minute as we go down.
Sheree Johnson will take the tag. Michelle Walmsley goes out of dummy half. She's beaten one. She goes straight through the line, but she's nicely tagged there by Rebecca Hill. Johnson onto Preslin, who then in turn gave it to Pruden. Preslin again at dummy half. She'll run out of dummy half, puts a nice little kick over the top, but it's gone back off the hands of Sam Elphick. Preslin's chasing down. She's given up on the chase, but Elphick comes to the That's all right. Me paperwork's gone missing.
We don't know who it is now. It's out in the middle of the field
That's
there,
right.
Bomber. It's for the last 15
Casson
seconds.
Casson and Darcy come to
blows.
but with 10 seconds left, it'll be Scone's premiership here. I think out of the 6 years it's been going, it'll be their 5th year
I'd say
as
so,
premiers.
mate. Yeah, 3 seconds. That'll be the ball game there. She'll tap the football and run into there.
Casson will come to that. She's tagged there, and that's it. That's full time. Scone will take out the ladies' league tag to the tune of 18 points to 10 as the Scone girls celebrate another victory. Murrurundi had their chances there early in the second half. They got the lead at half time, but the game just didn't go the same way as I thought in the second half, especially with Murrurundi with a strong breeze. But the experienced Scone girls stood up. The Hills and the Cassons. Nolan dummy half was busy, but I thought the defence of Flynn Haggerty was excellent. She kept Hannah Rando quiet, and that I think Flynn's my player of the match, but that's only my opinion. There's 2 other people here that can give their opinion.
Certainly dominant. I thought Nolan and the 9 I thought was quite prominent as well. Bomber. The A+ contracting poly welding scoreboard reflects the 18-10 scoreline. But look, let's go back a couple of plays there, Bomber. You take out those 3 penalties on the line for the Mavs down there, which then ultimately give Scone that second try. Mate, I think that there's nearly a game changer as far as I can see.
Yeah, it's a good game today. Murrundi's second half probably. I think Daryl and Marty probably a bit disappointed in the second half. Murrurundi had that impetus going into the half-time break, and the second half just didn't play out the way I think they would have liked to. But all credit to Scone, the experience, multiple grand final winners in the side, and when the game had to be busted open, Sophie, the show and go, which everyone knows is coming, but you still got to make the tag, and she got through. Nice kick. It was a vital kick by Sam Elphick. That 8-point lead just was too much for the Murrurundi girls to run down, but that's a huge effort by the Murrurundi girls. It's the first grand final they've made in the 5 or 6 years of the league tag competition, and they pushed Scone all the way. And apart from probably a couple of years ago, down at Greeter, I think it's the closest anyone's got to Scone. Would that be about right, Caitlin, in the grand final?
Yeah, I think so.
Fair enough. What are your thoughts on the result there, Caitlin? Obviously, the Mavs were your pick today, but didn't come home with the chocolates, mate.
Yeah, Scone are just too good.
Yeah, they played well today. No doubt the Mavs had their chances, but certainly shone through. We might take a break as the Scone girls get ready to receive the trophy today. So from Scone Park, from the Bengalla Group 21 Grand Final Day, the A+ contracting scoreboard 18-10 in favour of Scone for the Ladies League team.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's congratulations to Scone, coming home winners 18 points to 10. Our first presentation will be to our match officials today. Anthony Worth, the referee, and our touch judges Lachlan Clare and Therese Anderson. Thank you, boys. As we saw, a great game there today. Unfortunately today our runners-up are the Murrurundi side. And I'll ask if their captain, Sheree Johnson, might come forward and say a few words.
Thank you. Yeah, congratulations to Scone Thoroughbred girls again. It was a tough battle out there. We love playing you all year. We like to play out against you guys, so it's always a great turn up here. Thank you to the rest. We didn't have a game without turning up each weekend. Thank you to Marty, our coach. It's been a long year, but long few years with Marty, but yeah, thanks for turning up and giving us your passion for the game. Thanks to Darren. He contributed a lot this year and put a lot of knowledge through the girls at Murrurundi for us. Helped us get to where we are. And thank you to our supporters. We can hear you out there, so thank you very much for turning up today. each weekend you follow us around as well. Yeah, we really do appreciate it when we take to the field and see you out there. Yeah, bad, unlucky today, girls, but at the end of the day, we're super proud to be here today, aren't we, Mavrettes?
Well done, Cherie. Thank you. We have up here today to make the presentations to our winners, Ross Duggan from Bengalla, the major sponsor of Group 21. We thank Bengalla for their support of Group 21 during the year. Our victors today, as we said, with 18 points to 10, victory was Scone, and I'll ask their captain and the coach, Sophie Cashman, to come forward.
I'd just like to say a big thank you to Group 21, all the sponsors, referees for making this possible. We knew it was always going to be a tough battle with the Murrurundi girls. They hold their own out there. They've got they're strong across the entire park. So credit to you girls, you really made us work for this one today. A massive congratulations to my girls, we gave it our all. Couldn't do it without pestering Wayno every week. Throwing all these new ideas and but no, just a massive thank you to the club, to the supporters. I mean, everywhere you look, you see blue and white, so you can feel the love from the club. And of course, a big thank you to my partner Jolie, my mum and dad for helping with Bond. Yeah, go Scone. Yep. Number 1, Samantha. 2, Ed. 3, Kayla. 4, Rebecca Hill, Mad Dog. 5, Georgia Watts. 6, Lynn Haggerty. 8, Cole Hagan. 9, Philly Nolan. 11, Nikki Schleifke. 12, Sophie Iron. 13, Sarah Smith. 14, Isabella. 15, Millie. 16, Phoenix. And 17, Sophie. Wayno and Mel.
Scaffolding.
You're coming through all right. Yeah.
Thanks, mate. You're so cold. So Bomber Jones down on the sideline. He's just waiting for the ladies to get there. So Matty, caught the second half of that, mate. What did you think about that game? Yeah, caught the second half. Yeah, the first half.
And our final presentation, we'll do that just before the girls get their photo, is for our player of the match. The player of the match today has been adjudged from Scone, number 6, Lynn Haggerty. Thanks, our 2019 premiers, the Scone Thoroughbreds.
See what their thoughts are. Yep, he's straight in there. So down their sideline eye with Bombers, he's got Flynn Haggerty. No, he hasn't. Team photo. Team photo. We'll get it right in a minute, Matt.
I tell you what, Matty. At the conclusion of that game, I was really impressed. Really impressed by both captains of the league tag. Made some tremendous speeches, thanking all their club, their fans, and everyone that was turning out and helping out for them each week. It's great to see, the players acknowledged, the volunteers and the helpers in the game that have made them get this far to the grand final day today. So
absolutely,
two girls that made the speeches.
Cherie Johnson again. She's called out all the supporters that travel every week and they're and religiously, set up camp. The Mavs are perched up there, and there's a good, I'd say, 50 to 80 people just on the hill here, mate. Plus, obviously, the support staff that travel every week with them. Again, we called it out earlier in the game. All the support staff that run around and the water boys and the head trainers and stuff. It takes a lot to put a football team together these days, mate.
Yeah, definitely so. And even at the end of that grand final, it was fantastic to see the Murrurundi girls went straight into a huddle.
Yep.
And you know they wouldn't be disappointed if they lost today, but to see both teams getting team photos down here on the sideline, the Murrurundi girls have still got a smile on their face, and they should be proud of how far they've come this season as well.
Absolutely. And look, to get around Marrywall last week, I think that was a great, a big, nearly a coup. You nearly would have called that the Marrywall girls and the Scone girls would have been the end of it, but the Mavs said no. I think I'm going to change that little bit of history. I'm going to hijack that, and we'll make sure the Mavs are very much prominent.
Definitely so. We've got Bomber down there. He's on the prowl. He's going.
He's
He
trying.
might even try and get a photo bomb down there, Bomber.
Oh, no, look, you wouldn't know where he ends up down there, mate. He's got this CRL thing just going off. Look at him. What do you got down there, Bomber? Here you go.
I was going to interview Scott Bain. He said, but all he can give you is you've got to interview special guests, not special people, he said. So.
Mate, Sri Johnson around there somewhere, I'm sure, or Hannah Rando there's with the Mavs maybe.
Yeah, but I might just grab Hannah.
Hannah's just over the far back over there, mate. I can see hers. You might grab a couple of words out of her while she's poking around. She probably doesn't want to talk. G'day, Hannah. It's Matt from the Coach Hire Scaffolding. How are you, mate? A tough game for you, mate. Obviously not the result you wanted.
Yeah, no, it was all right. We worked hard and we're a good bunch of girls. We work well together and we respect each other, so we're just happy to be here.
Hannah, half time going to second half, what Maddie and Marty and your old man would have been quite happy going in at that scoreline.
Yeah, they just said we have an opportunity and, we didn't take it obviously and a couple of bad calls, but nothing you can do. It's a grand final. We played hard and we did our best. So.
Yep. Anyone you want to thank that's probably going out over the air that you might want to thank out there?
Oh, just everyone that's here, everyone that's helped us to get here, the other teams and just everyone, yeah.
Okay. Thanks, Hannah.
Thank you.
Well done, Hannah. Thanks very much, mate. We'll see who else Bomber can grab hold of it while we're down there. I'll see if we can get hold of the captain, Cherie Johnson. I think she's just over under the Coach Hire scaffold over here, Bomber. I know. Yeah, she's just over the back there. See what her thoughts are as the Scone girls sing their song. So, g'day, Cherie. So we managed to grab hold of Cherie Johnson, the Mavs captain. G'day, Cherie. It's Matt up in the Coach Hire scaffolding, mate. A tough game and certainly a game of two halves. You sort of towards that in the second half, very tough down on your line there. 2 penalties against you. Maybe that was a part of the game that you probably don't want to relive.
Yeah, well, that was definitely a probably turning point for Scone. Definitely got on top of us just with those few little penalties, and in our own half, probably cost us the game towards the end. But unfortunately, it just wasn't our day today. But very thankful for the effort that the girls put in out there. We didn't make it easy for Scone today, and that's what we came here to do.
Mate, you definitely did that in spades. I'm certainly sure Scone certainly on the back foot with 4-0. Jess Preslin played a fantastic game to the 2 Bruce girls on both sides of the wings, mate. Really short up there and made some really good breaks down those edges.
Yeah, definitely our wingers have done an excellent job for us this year. They've really capitalised the position that they play out there, really worked hard to improve their game out there, and very proud to have them out there today. And our breaks, Michelle Walmsley done an excellent try, so very proud of the girls.
Yeah, Sheree, the younger girls in the side, moving forward, you're probably looking forward to next year. I know it's a disappointment today, but moving forward, you must give you a lot of confidence having to be here on the big day for the first time in the girls' short tag history.
Yeah, Murrurundi's got a lot to build on now. There's still lot of young girls in the side. So hopefully with the experience that the girls can take from today and build on for next year's season, we'll definitely be moving forward again.
Okay, thanks, Roy. Bad luck today,
well done,
mate.
Sheree.
Thank you.
You're right.
Thanks very much, Bomber Jones down there, the sideline. He'll move round into the Scone camp now, see if he can't snaffle Sophie or Flynn. See how they're going over it in the back area there. But
got the paper on to Flynn at the moment, so it's a bit hard to get to her.
Oh, fair enough. As the not the man of the match, is it, mate? It's the player of the match.
Let's go woman
of the match. Well, why wouldn't she be? It's a fantastic. She's got
it now.
She's in high demand. Young Flynn Haggerty, the player of the match there. Flynn, it's Matt and Matt up here in the Coach Hire scaffolding, mate. Fantastic win for the Scone side, mate.
Yeah, it was really good. We're all really excited. I think the
training all year's paid off, and yeah, it's really good to hold the trophy again.
Definitely a structured play is played there. Definitely using the safety on the inside, then flicking it back towards the middle of the ruck. There was certainly a dominant part of your play, something you practice very regularly. You executed it quite well there today, but certainly you on that right edge, flicking that ball, finding the spaces, mate. Is that something that safety sort of gives you a bit of free rein in that area, or does she nail you down and make you stay to the structure?
Yeah, she tends to float around a lot, so I just go wherever she doesn't. And the structured plays,
We seem to have lost.
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, I got you, mate. Yeah. So keep going there.
I'll just use this one mic.
Righto, mate. So sorry, Flynn. You also that structured play where you're there where she's not.
Yeah, pretty much. We train it a lot, so if we don't get it right, we'll know about it. That's for sure.
Yeah. Again, going forward, the same question Bombers asked you there a minute ago. The team next year, does it look much different next year to the one you have this year?
I'm really not sure about next year. Hopefully, we still have a strong team and kind of the similar team as what we've got now. That would be nice.
Righto, where to from now? I'm sure you're going to be hanging around for quite the rest of the day.
Yeah, definitely. Tonight will be fun, and tomorrow maybe as well.
Very good, Bomber.
Yeah. Just a quick one, Flynn. Half time down by 2. What did Sophie have to say? It was obviously wouldn't have been panic stations, but it would have been on high alert to watch the Murrurundi girls with the wind at their back.
Yeah, we'll just really focus on the wind, short passes, just try and play it safe and stick to what we know, a bit more structure than what we had in the first half.
Okay, Flynn, I'll better let you go. There's heaps of celebrating to do. Thanks for joining us.
Well done, Flynn.
Thanks, Flynn. So, Maddie.
Thanks to Bomber Jones down there and giving those sideline interviews, exclusive from both winning and losing camps today. And thank you to the two Murrurundi girls for giving up their time to speak to Bomber there today.
Well
Fantastic.
Done. So moving on to the under-18s, mate. You got the lead call on this one, mate. Well, let's run through the. I'll get the Aberdeen side here, mate. Ryan Brown at fullback. He's captain.